Welcome to the Brick Riding Railroad. As you can see, we are back at the layout, and there are a variety of changes that are ongoing currently on the Brick Riding Railroad, which we will be going over today in this video. So first, we have an 8-wide Lego train, which historically the Brick Riding Railroad has been 6 studs wide. That will be changing. We are going to gradually convert cars to 8-wide from 6-wide, which, as you can see, there is a major difference. This will be covered in a separate video, so stay tuned for that one. There will be various mentions of that throughout this video, as some locomotives are already being converted to 8-wide or are already in 8-wide. But that will not be the primary focus of this video, as that is just one area that is being improved on the Brick Riding Railroad. So in the downtown core, there hasn't been a whole lot that has changed, but one area that has seen drastic changes is the road. We now actually have a road through a part of the downtown, which has really enhanced the scenery in this segment. You can imagine pulling into Franklin Street Station, even though you can't actually do that in real life since it is a parking lot on this side of Franklin Street, but I don't want to devote room to a parking lot because, as you can see, space is a premium. But this road currently ends just before Franklin Street. It really only can cover the full station. Eventually, I want this road to stretch all the way to the far side. Actually, eventually I want to have there to be no carpet or paper showing. But that is a long-term goal. We also have buildings now on Mills plates. So we now have, on the tracks, we have a brick and a plate, and on all buildings it is a base plate, brick, and plate. Currently, the park and the buildings in that corner are not Mills plated, but Franklin Street Station and all the modulars have been placed on Mills plates and are so much more stable and should not break on their way to any railroad museums, which we do have the first public appearance of the Brick Riding Railroad to announce not the main layout, but Boston and Maine 3713, Pennsylvania Railroad 1187, and some pieces of rolling stock will be at the Purdue Railroad Club open house on April 12th. If you're in the area, make sure you stop by to see some 8-stud wide Lego trains. Might even bring some track to put together a switching layout, but we shall see. Another area of improvement on the layout is these two winter buildings have been upgraded where they now have a back. It's not the greatest, but it's better than just facades. Another area that has seen a lot of turmoil is the Coverbridge Park. This area is going to be completely revamped for the summer. It's currently a work in progress, though, as the truss bridge has been removed to allow smoother performance of the 8-wide pieces of rolling stock over top of that creek. We also have a new powered unit. The Reading Blue Liner has now been upgraded with a RC system. That one will eventually be converted to 8-wide, but currently is on a 6-wide, is part of the 6-wide roster, which, if you see the roster here, it's still mostly 6-wide, but there are some 8-wide appearing. Here we have the Reading T12102, freshly in 8-wide. Still a work in progress, so we're not going to feature it too much in this video. The American Freedom Train and the Crusader are also in progress on being converted to 8 wide. So stay tuned for that over the summer. The plan currently for the Coverbridge Park area is to make it a little more mills plated and easy to move, as after every exhibit it just falls apart, and even just existing it falls apart. So the plan is to revise it to make it more movable and better operable with the trains. So if we continue to make our way over to the yard, there hasn't been a whole lot of changes. The yard is not a primary focus of the alterations, since in this space it's kind of a square layout, so you don't really get much of a long yard, but at the railroad museums it's more rectangular, so I can send the yard a long ways down. So the focus of the yard will be at the railroad museum, so you're not going to see a whole lot of changes on this layout. One area that will definitely see a change over the course of the summer will be the roundhouse, as it has been a problem spot for being brought to the museums, as it has a tendency to fall apart due to poor building techniques and an outdated design. So that will be expanded to better fit the 8 wide trains, as well as being better structurally sound. And here's some of the current roster. As you can see, there has been some turnover. Some cars that have been on the Brickheading Railroad for years are no longer here. The Crusader passenger cars are currently not revised to 8 wide. Next time you see them, they will probably be 8 wide models. The locomotive is currently undergoing the process. And here's the back of the city. Make sure you stay tuned for some more updates on the Brickheading Railroad layout, along with updates on the different pieces of rolling stock, and for some future exhibit dates. Stay tuned. Keep building.